Hello everyone, welcome back to some more of her story. I've been poking around a little bit, getting some keywords that I can run through for this little playthrough, and hopefully we'll find new video clips and new evidence and figure out a little bit more of the story. I've also been really like, I feel so stupid right now for not figuring this out, but like the one clip where she taps her fingers, yeah, this one right here. It does mean something. However, I can't quite interpret what it's supposed to be. So I'm just kind of really racking my brain trying to figure out what it is, and I cannot figure it out. But I know other people have, and probably if I don't figure something out by myself, whenever I get to the end of this, I will figure it out myself. But anyway, let's figure out some more stuff. She references at one point that she tried to drown her friend in the ocean. So I want to search for a couple things like beach. Here's one. Beach drowning.
Nothing else happened that night. We talked, then I said goodbye. Then next week I was singing in the bar again, and there he was. And again the next week. He offered to buy me a meal. I told him I had already eaten, and so we got chips and ate them on the beach instead. When we said goodbye, he asked me to kiss him. Romantic.
So weekly visits at the pub. Also, you'll notice my session clip thing that's getting quite long. That's because I'm putting every single clip I can find in it, and you know, I'm thinking about at the end kind of ordering them all and just kind of making a video that's all of the clips played back to back. However, maybe we don't want to do that. Maybe we do. I don't know. Okay, so Simon in the pub, he's in the bar. Here we are. Just because I know, like, when I searched Simon, I got way too many clips to display, so.
I told her it was one of my boyfriends, someone I had met in the bar. I think she was happy, but I could tell she was thinking, why couldn't it happen to her and Simon? They were the ones with the real life. Why not them?
Why couldn't what happen to her and Simon? I don't even know what to say about this one. Just, it didn't happen to Hannah. I don't have enough there to really say, but I put some tag there because the tags are the method I use to track what I've watched and what I haven't watched. We have some references to schools at some point. Quite a lot of references to school. Okay.
Yeah, when I was at school, I worked part-time in the front shop. It was sort of an extended family thing. My dad used to work there, my mum worked there before I was born. I took care of paperwork, filing, typing out invoices, that kind of thing. It was a good job for a girl back then. I didn't work a till or anything, though. I was quite shy, so I wouldn't have liked to have worked a till.
Okay. Secretary? That might be a term we can search for later.
I got a job to contribute, you know. Doug knew someone and I got a job as a dinner lady at the primary school. They said it didn't matter if I could cook or not, just don't poison the kids. So you see, it's always been complicated between me and Simon. It's never just been the two of us, there's always been pressure.
Alright, she mentioned someone I don't recall ever hearing of before. Doug? I don't remember that name. Maybe I just have a really horrible memory.
I got a job. You someone and I got a job as a dinner lady at the...
Okay, so she worked as a lunch lady. She said it differently, but it was just... She was lunch lady? She said it a little bit fancier, but, I mean, she was a lunch lady, right?
Mum and Dad had never had any reason to notice. They were always busy. If Hannah was eating a lot, they didn't mind. She didn't put on any weight. That girl has a healthy appetite. If they heard us talking in the attic, they just thought it was Hannah playing one of her games, and that Eve was our imaginary friend. Once, she was already up and dressed and ready to go to school, and I snuck down for a piss. Mum saw me in my underwear, she went mad. Get dressed this instant! So I ducked into our bedroom, and seconds later, out came Hannah, dressed and ready. My mum was amazed.
Huh. I'm not quite sure what to type for that one. That's really bizarre. So, more evidence of twins? That's really bizarre. So, she's trying to make it out like they really are two different people. But she was just hiding in an attic for her whole life? How would that even work?
Mum and Dad never knew what was going on. Got so good at it. We were so in sync that we'd use each other to cheat. If one of us had a hangover, the other one would go to school. Whoever was best at a subject would sit the exam. There were lots of differences between us. Some things one is better than the other at.
Okay, so they were basically two halves of one person. So yeah, okay, so this is getting back to more more evidence towards them actually being twins, but it doesn't make sense. It's so bizarre. Maybe they are two different people? I don't know. Okay, well, let's see. Let's go back to the bar situation. The what is it, the Rockington Arms? Yeah. We searched for two of the people that have been mentioned from there, Peter and Diane. I believe we searched for Peter, right? Yeah. So we should try for the last person, Helen. Yeah, there we go. Get one more little clip there from the first day when she still believed that Simon was only missing.
No. I think he spoke to Helen. She said he was upset about her argument, but I'm not sure what else he said. He likes Helen. He likes blondes.
Oh, Simon liked Helen. Yeah, that's right. More little hints of infidelity there, everyone. A little bit of a... oh, no. Okay, what is it called when you're scared of mirrors? I don't want to say mirror phobia, but what is it actually called? I'm sure there's a term for it. Phobia? Let's just search for phobias while I'm thinking of it. Okay, fear. Let's try that. Okay, that's why I've typed fear. Yeah, she doesn't like her own reflection in the mirror. I forget if I've searched for weapon before. Yeah, of course I have. Of course I have. Why would I think I hadn't? Oh my goodness. Okay, so that he worked at the Ernst Brothers Glass, so search for that. No, okay. She discussed that they had went to Rome once, and that I'm hitting some dead ends here, people. I'm running out of my words. Let's search for Rockington Arms. That's the pub that he hung out at a lot. The Rock, not Dwayne Johnson. This is a pub in Britain, apparently.
Oh God, I don't know. I mean, I guess the Rock. You've spoken to everyone there. Someone must have seen where he went. I don't know. So many things could have gone wrong.
It seems like she's explaining Simon's whereabouts when he left after they had a fight.
No one has been in the last few weeks. We had a plumber come in 3-4 weeks ago. Someone Simon knew from the Rock.
Okay, so that gave me a new term to search for. Let's search for plumber. Let's see if perhaps that. Okay, no. Okay, so yeah, she's talked a couple times about how they didn't have anyone over at their house. Like, it didn't seem like they had very many friends. It didn't seem like they discussed things with other people at all. It seemed like they were kind of holed up as much as possible. Okay, that's why I've typed it in, right? Yeah. Okay, so Simon liked playing PC games. Game? Let's just search for game. I mean, why not? Okay, no. Oh, this is not boding well for us, ladies and gentlemen. My terms are slowly running out. Nope. Okay. I believe I've searched for just Glasgow before. Yeah. Night. Let's see. Yeah, see, because if I just search for Glasgow here, we get 10 entries, and it just shows us the first 5. It doesn't show us the rest of it, so I'm trying to think of taxi. No. Perhaps Simon. Yeah, okay. So, Glasgow in relation to Simon. I believe that picture there is the day before, a couple days before they start showing pictures of Eve being interviewed.
What did your wife do? She didn't kill you. You think I killed Simon because he was having an affair? Well, I didn't kill him. I wasn't even there. I was in Glasgow worrying about whether my baby was still growing inside me. I mean, why would I kill Simon? I loved him.
Strong denial of killing Simon. Yeah, that doesn't really bode well for her. That's something that I think is something common to people who are not very good liars. They will try to too vehemently deny something they're being accused of instead of trying to be more rational about it. I don't know. Just thought maybe I'm wondering if at that point she started figuring things out, because it seemed to begin with, at least, she didn't kind of grasp the situation properly.
It's like I told you before. I drove. I took the car and drove. I don't have my own car, but I have a spare set of keys. I just drove north. I wanted to think, put some space between me and them. Everything I told you before is true. I stopped at Glasgow. I was tired, exhausted. I pulled out and I hit a car. My car was okay, but I was worried about the baby, so I went to A&E to get the okay. Everything was fine. Slept in the car. When I woke, I tried to call Hannah from a payphone. She wasn't answering. And then I decided to drive back. I had decided that she was more important to me than Simon.
Okay, so that seems to kind of hint towards what I was figuring was happening, where Simon was having an affair with Eve. Where he was having an affair with Eve, and Hannah got jealous of that. I wonder. So she obviously knew that he and Hannah were married before she started sleeping with him. I don't know. Scratch. Let's search for Scratch, because she mentioned at one point in one of the other interviews that she scratched the vehicle that she was in. And then, yeah, of course, as you just mentioned here as well, she went to the hospital because of her pregnancy to make sure the pregnancy was okay after the accident.
Ask the hospital.
Okay, ask the hospital. Let's kind of figure out where that resides in the timeline. That was at 906. So let's see where that resides in this timeline. It was right after that. Let's watch at the end just to get an idea.
Yes. It was a shock to him. I mean, we never thought it was possible. I don't know what he... I mean, I hadn't decided whether to keep the baby. I wasn't really ready to talk to him about it.
Okay, well, that didn't show me quite as much as I wanted to. Whoa. Do I have any from that day? That's the first... Yeah, that's... That looks like a whole new outfit she's wearing, so is this a whole new day? Yeah, that was between... Okay, that's between this and this. So this is between the last footage I have of her being Hannah and then Eve coming in.
I don't see how it's hard. We've established I was in Glasgow when he was killed. You've spoken with the hospital.
See, this seems to still be Hannah says in Glasgow. See, now that's got me thinking now too. Oh my gosh, I'm thinking too much about this. Here, where she's playing Eve, like I'm having thoughts that it's a multiple personality disorder type of thing. However, if they are twins and they are sharing responsibility with each other, it could have been Eve and Hannah switching back and forth, being interviewed by the police the whole time. That would be something. That would be weird. Anyway. I wrote down come back and stay, but I can't recall why. Oh, because, that was the song that she was going to have play at their wedding. That's right. Anyway, she and Simon had an argument, and there's way too many for that, so maybe we can narrow it down a little bit.
There's married couple stuff. A stupid argument, nothing specific. No one knows how to push your buttons better than those you're close to.
Yeah, sure. Stupid argument. Sure thing. Good job.
No. I mean, yes, we have arguments, but he never runs off. He always comes back. We make up. It's always that way.
Oh, me. I'm just going to type arguments. I need something in there to tag it. Okay, so, apparently they did not get along too well. I think she's trying to downplay it, but it doesn't seem like they were too happy with one another.
Yes. He left after the argument. It was about 8 o'clock.
Okay, so Simon left at 8. Let's see if perhaps if we type in 8 o'clock, maybe something else will come up. Let's try just 8 then. Aha! Typing in numbers gets you the victory, everyone. Maybe we should just start typing in random numbers and see what happens. No. So this is specific. I can not speak. Specifically 8 o'clock.
I think when I drove back it was about 8 or something. And I got back to the house about 3.
Okay, so she got back at 3, so we're gonna have to search for 3 now. I'm just writing that down real quick before we progress, everyone. I do apologize. Left at 8, came back at 3. That seems like an awful long time, and I don't think they've ever referenced exactly how far away from Glasgow they lived. So maybe that's not such a great distance, but that's like I can count. I swear, I promise you. 9 hours. Oh my god, why did it take so long?
About 8 years back. It was a present to myself. I shouldn't even be drinking coffee with the baby. It's been hard trying to give it up. they say you can have one cup.
Okay, so obviously she made reference to that tattoo there. So that's something else we can search for soon.
When I was 8, Mother died. She slipped down the stairs. It was an accident. I had read a diary at that point and I knew she wasn't my real mother. So I burned the diary that day and I left. Walked out and across the street.
Okay, so apparently what she's playing out here, this is Eve speaking in this interview, of course. What they're trying to play out is that Eve had always lived across the street from Hannah and them, and she was under the, what was it? It was the wet nurse, right? The wet nurse for their Hannah's mom. I guess their biological mother. Also, something I didn't notice before. Look, here we got a tattoo right there. However, there we don't. And these two take place within a week of each other. So I don't think within a week a tattoo would heal properly. So that is obviously something that's been there for a while. So that's kind of giving us an idea here that maybe those are two different people. Maybe that it really is two different people. Yeah, okay. So, thankfully that gave us something.
No, he doesn't have any tattoos. He has a scar down here near his stomach, past his hip. Cut himself with some glass. That was before, a long time ago. He looks just like the photo. He's not got his glasses on here though. He takes them off with the camera. But he needs them to see properly, you know. He has to read a newspaper or a menu in a restaurant. Not book so much, or watching TV. He likes TV.
Well, that was very helpful. More Simon description. Yeah, so, okay, so he didn't have tattoos.
Oh, my tattoo. I got it to express my individuality. It's an apple and a snake.
Okay, that gives us more search terms so we can look for apple and snake in her tattoo. Perhaps those two things will have more relevance later. Of course, that does have, of course, biblical implications involving Adam and Eve. Of course, then you can also get into Lilith later on, who was the wife to Cain. Was she a wife? Well, they were together for a while.
So I moved out. Got a small bed set. Got my tattoo to mark the occasion. I was singing in a bar in the evenings, so I had some money, enough money to cover my rent. And I've been doing something similar ever since. I haven't put down any roots. I don't exist.
That's true. Eve doesn't exist. No roots. Sure, why not? I know I'm going to go back later and look at all these things a couple days from now, and I'm going to kind of be like, what the heck was I supposed to be? What the heck was I supposed to mean with that? Oh my god, it made perfect sense, I'm sure, at the time. Anyway, we have the term cavalier, which... Did I not add this to session earlier?
Yes, there's a car that we share, a Cavalier, and a van he uses for work. It's owned by Eric, but we look after it. Both of them are there now, parked in the street. I'm not sure about the keys for the van. I can look for you when I get
This was the issue about Simon being gone. um, that was the issue with the fact that she said that the only vehicles they had were a van and a Cavalier. However, if Simon was out from the house to somewhere that obviously took hours to get to, he had to have taken a car or some sort. So apparently he didn't, which is the first indication that he was, of course, not actually missing. Okay, so I searched for fiddle because this here where her song, what is it, Wind in the Rain, gets weird and the guy makes a fiddle out of a woman's breastbone. I thought, hey, maybe the fiddle has something to do with something here. Anyway, Hannah said she was a secretary at one point. That does not give us anything either. She discussed Doug recently, which does give us something. Excellent.
Yeah. I've been round to Doug and Eleanor's and they're very worried. I feel sorry for them.
Okay, so that's Doug and Eleanor. If I can spell. Eleanor. That's another name we can search for. Hooray.
I hoover, I dust every week. Maybe less. I once asked Eleanor how often I should dust, and she said, if people ask, tell them you do it once a week, but every few weeks is okay. I think she was just trying to make me feel better. I mean, when I was there, she was hoovering every day. Ran an ordered house. You know how that generation is, putting on a brave front. She has secret stashes of cigarettes. Doug doesn't even know she smokes. When I was there, I saw her. She has these sort of porcelain vases, ornamental, next to the Reader's Digest books. Cigarettes inside. And she still has them. I mean, last time I was there, I looked in a vase. There was a fresh pack. I mean, all those years of marriage, and she still has a secret like that.
No, that's ridiculous. How would you keep a secret like that? Like, I don't know if you've ever been around someone who smokes, if you don't smoke yourself, but it is incredibly easy to notice if someone smokes, especially if you're going to be probably as close to them as a husband and wife would be getting. So that's really weird. I wonder how she hid it. But yeah, that whole thing about vacuuming every single day, that's probably a little bit overkill, and probably also a sign that you probably need more to do with your life, I would think. Anyway.
Okay. I parked up on the street. It was busy, so I had to park down the end of the road. Walked up, knocked on the door, no answer. I took my keys out of my bag and unlocked the door. The main lock was unlocked. You can tell because the key doesn't turn when you try to turn it to the left. I walked in. Simon's coat wasn't on the peg. I couldn't see his shoes in the shoe rack. I shouted out. I walked straight into the kitchen because he usually sits in there to have a cup of tea and read his paper, but he wasn't there. I touched the kettle. It was cold. I looked quickly in the living room. Nothing. So I walked upstairs to the bedroom and he wasn't there. I didn't search for him because it was pretty clear he wasn't there. I had a shower. The phone rang whilst I was in the shower. I didn't answer it. I think it was Eric. Then I was just exhausted. So I lay down on the bed and I fell asleep, though I didn't mean to. I woke up a couple of hours later and I was surprised to see no one in the bed next to me. And then I remembered where I was and what had happened. That's when Eric called again. This time I spoke to him. Then I called Doug and Eleanor. And then I decided to come and see you. Is that enough?
So I guess this is how she searched for Simon. Yeah. Not very well, but you know, I guess until something bad. I guess when something bad happens, you're like, oh, why didn't I take it more seriously earlier? But you know, someone who happens to to unexpectedly not be at the house, it's not usually a cause for alarm, right? Yeah. 1984.
was an awful year in the end. We were living at Doug and Eleanor's. I lost the baby at the end of spring and my parents died in the summer. It was a hot summer, a heat wave. So when they discovered the bodies, it was just awful. Because of the circumstances, them dying together like that, they brought in a lot of police. A forensic entomologist. I had to look that up. It was because of the heat. It was just awful.
Yeah, I would imagine that would be pretty awful. I didn't think it got too warm up there where this game is supposed to be taking place, but I guess it must have that particular year. So that was the year of tragedy. What year is that? That was 1984. Let's search for that some more. Bizarre. That should have at least brought up to that one. Okay, so I had to type like that. Okay. That didn't get us anything. Okay, so I've searched for Eleanor and Doug both, right? I think I did, but let me make sure. Oh, no, I didn't search for Eleanor. My mistake. Is this another new day? Oh, holy cow. Yeah, this is a whole nother new day.
Yes. I speak with Eleanor at least once a day. Not that there's anything much to say. It's more just...
Okay. Spilled the coffee. Oh! No, okay. I understand. Here. So this was on the 1st of July. Likewise... No, wait. Okay. No, I'm wrong. How was I so wrong? How could I have been so wrong, everyone? Okay, this was the 2nd. So, how do you find all these days? Coffee. Search for coffee. Oh my god. Coffee got some more. Oh, no.
Black coffee, thanks. No sugar. Sweet enough as it is.
That's so cheesy. Black. Do people actually say that in their real life? Do you guys often say that to people? Coffee black. No sugar. You guys often say to the people that's corny lines like that?
No. I've had enough coffee for today, thanks. Glass of water.
No more coffee. Just water. Well, how about we search for water? Okay, no. Of course. I didn't really think it would come up with anything, but whatever. Let's search for black. Oh my. That found all kinds of things. It wasn't even what I was searching for. I was searching for some more references to black coffee.
Oh, tastes fine to me. As long as it's black and strong, I'm good.
I feel horrible for saying it, but giggity, I guess. Yeah. Black and strong. Yeah. Okay, so I didn't think she could possibly have this many videos just talking about coffee, but...
No cat. My parents had a cat before they died called Domino. It was this little black thing with white dots. And we never did anything about the cat flap, but if you were thin, you could maybe squeeze through it.
So they still had a cat flap at their house. Cat fault. Yes, a cat fault. So, possible entryway into their home?
Black, no sugar. Thanks.
Okay, so that was a different way of black coffee. I don't know why that time. So that time, she didn't say it quite the same. She said it differently. So I wonder if that is an indication of something.
If one of us got hurt, the other one would have to be hurt too. a grazed knee, a bruise. When I lost my tooth first, we had to pull out Hannah's to match. Once, I slept with a boy who was seeing another girl. The girlfriend came up to Hannah the next day and punched her in the face, gave her a huge black eye. That night, she had to do the same to me. But she almost went too far. I couldn't see out of that eye for days. She snuck a frozen piece up for me from the kitchen. So much of our bodies were synchronised anyway. We started our period on the same day. All our childhood diseases, stomach bugs, nits.
So synchronization, yes. So I'm sure she really didn't want to. She didn't want to punch you in the eye. I'm sure she just had to. With you getting her in so much trouble, I'm sure she was perfectly just heartbroken when she had to punch you in the face. Synchronized bodies. Synchronized bodies, sure. That seems to be a big focus of some of the things that she said before. Synchronize. Aligned? I've heard that before. No. Okay. Well, that was a dead end. I apologize, everyone. We switched to the tattoos. Wait, we searched for 84 was the year that everything went to shit, and she got a tattoo 8 years ago, she said. So, those don't exactly line up here, but maybe. Oh, I was going to search for Scar too, because they talked about Simon's scar on the stomach earlier, and no, that's the only thing that talks about. How about glasses? Okay, so these are probably just a few more videos of them talking about Simon's glasses. However, let's go ahead and watch.
His body did not real. And his throat. It looked like his throat had been cut. And I didn't see his glasses. He has these thick glasses. He doesn't always wear.
Yeah, he probably doesn't wear them when he's going to pick up chicks. Which is apparently what he was doing.
Well, on his clothes, that would make sense. He made it by hand. I mean, he brushes the silver onto the glass. It's not how they make mirrors these days. I mean, he made the mirror and he gave it to me.
That doesn't make... What? What was on this? What? Wait a minute, hold on a second.
Well, on his clothes, that would make sense. He made it by hand.
So silver on clothes? Was it maybe there was silver on the clothes? Let's search for that. I wanna. Okay, so they reference constantly that he was a gladiator, or the gladiators. So
A mobile phone? Yeah. Well, they have one for the glaziers, but it's only for work. I can't remember the number. Oh, it's in the kitchen. I saw it plugged into its charging cradle.
sure. I don't know what else to. So I wonder if that would.
I did. Well, we met when we were 17, both working at the glaziers.
Okay, so they met at Glazier's. Good, thank you, phone. One moment, everyone. Okay, let's watch this one about the Glaziers.
No, everyone loved Simon. He's a glazier, he doesn't have much money. I mean, I don't know. I don't know.
Alright, so that's obviously them asking her if Simon had anyone who would want to kill him. Now I'd say no, obviously. He's a very wonderful person. He just likes to cheat on his wife every now and then. Let's look for apple. Nope. Snake, perhaps? Okay, that turned up nothing at all. Cigarettes. I'm just kind of grasping at straws here, everyone. Just kind of throwing the words out there. Hopefully finding something. Oh, get us a little bit more videos. I don't think I typed it porcelain properly, did I? How is it spelled? Porcelain? That's it, right? Yeah, okay. Just a little interesting fact for you all, a little bit of insights for me. I do not like porcelain at all. Porcelain dolls creep me out immensely. It is one of my greater fears in life. Just a little bit about me, guys, before we go and watch a little bit about secrets.
It was supposed to be a secret. Just because Simon is dead doesn't mean I have to give up all his secrets. It doesn't have anything to do with what happened to Simon. No one murdered my husband because he cheated his expenses for a romantic weekend in Oxford.
Okay, so apparently they took a romantic getaway on the on Oxford's dime. I want to type it like that, sure. Or at least I think it was them.
When we weren't together, we'd send secret messages by tapping out a code that we'd learned from a book, the knock code. Something prisoners of war would use. We'd tap them out on radiator pipes or the attic floor. Dad thought we had mice, but they couldn't find any. Bought a cat anyway.
Oh, yes. Finger clicking, more finger clicking. The knock code. Oh my goodness, yes. Okay, so that might be the key that I needed. Sorry if I'm getting a little bit excited here. Let me make sure that finger clicking will give me those 2 videos. Shoot. Oh no. I've lost 2 videos. Didn't I put... Oh, maybe it's like a whole word? Does it have to be whole word? Yeah, okay, so if I search for clicking, I'll get the 2 videos that finger clicking. Okay, so she referenced a book called The Knock Code. I wonder if... Is that an actual book? Oh, right. Everyone, I am excited because now I know, or at least I think I know, a way to decipher what those clicking with the fingers are going to be based off of this knock code book, if it is a real book. And if it's not, what was it? It was prisoners used it, right? What did she say? Prisoners used it?
Just by code. Prisoners
Okay,
of war.
prisoners of war. Okay. So that gave me what to go on. Okay, so I'm gonna stop for right now, actually, and I'm going to I'm gonna go look it up and try and figure out, and maybe I can do some deciphering, and we'll see. I might attach what I find at the end of this, or I might be a whole new video. You guys will know before I will, but in either case, I will see you next time.